It's a day for insanity. Let's go. This is not the stream I scheduled today, but it's certainly the one we're doing. So here we go. Don't know how many people are gonna tune in, but it'll be fun regardless. So I've been thinking, you know, I've been talking on stream about doing Dark Cloud 2 without synthesis, and you know, insane as I am, I had a thought. Could I do the same thing in Dark Cloud 1? And my initial thought was, of course not. You can't even do anything with weapons in that. Like, you don't have any workarounds. But you know, I'm too insane to take that as an answer. So here we are. I did do some preliminary testing with some weak weapons in the Gallery of Time, just to make sure that I wasn't going to hit the end of the game and my weapons were going to just start tinking off enemies unless I got a lucky drop that was a decent weapon. And the answer to that question is, yeah, you're fine actually. You can totally play this game without ever using a single attachment. So that's what we're here to do. We're gonna go play this game, never use a single attachment, and not load game, start game. There we go. So the rules are that simple. We're allowed to upgrade our weapons, but we're not allowed to put attachments on them. So the only stat our weapons can grow in is in basic durability, like the basic stats. That's it. We're allowed to use whatever weapons we pick up, but we can only use the version of them that we pick up, right? You know, we can't put attachments on any weapons ever. It's a really simple rule set. And to make it actually still a challenge, items are banned. Like damaging items are banned. All healing items are fine, but all damaging items are banned. Gonna keep them default names. Slamming that pause button for the first frame that I can skip the scene. There it is. But okay, I'm insane, and here we go. I have no idea how long this will take. I'm gonna check my stream audio, make sure everything's working right, you know? I'm gonna turn myself and the game both up. My audio is striking me as a little quiet. But okay, here we go. Today we're insane. You know? Sometimes you just gotta embrace the insanity inside, you know? I didn't plan out my route or anything. I just tested to make sure that this was possible. And it is. I should probably put like a text box that says rules. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Add text box. Gonna have to label it because I have another text box that's hidden right now that's for Dark Cloud 2. Okay, text rules. That is so no attachments and no no attack items. There we go. Need to make that way smaller because that's way too big. Otherwise it's good. That's the wrong thing. That's not what I was trying to click there. There we go. Wish it was making shrinking it easier. And if I think of any other rules as we go along, I will add them. Now, you might be asking, if I'm getting tired of Dark Cloud games, why am I starting this challenge right now? And the answer is because I'm insane. This is the proof. This is the proof that I'm just actually insane. I have no idea how consistently I'm going to be doing this challenge. I'll come back to it every once in a while, probably. You know, I wouldn't count on this being the next contiguous thing that I stream. It's not going to be. It's going to be something that's just sitting in my pocket that I'm like, yeah, that would be fun to progress in that today. And then I just do. I actually don't think this challenge will take all that long, because this is effectively go as fast as you can kind of challenge. I'm not going to spend any extra time with enemies that beat me up, you know? I'm just gonna be going as fast as I can, but here we go. I can skip this, can't I? No, I can't. My inability to skip this is very, very painful to me. Also, so there's going to be a lot of use of repair powder. That's pretty much my entire inventory. It's just going to be repair powder. Repair powder and healing items. That's all I need. Because you have to think that I can't really, like, it's going to be taking me a lot of hits to kill enemies. And how easy or hard this is going to really depend on how lucky I get with weapon drops. If I get a good weapon drop, like a Gladius or something that's good for the intro, that will make this a lot easier. Because for Tone in particular, he's gonna need weapon drops to stay relevant, right? On the other hand, though, I might actually use other characters. Actually, Tone won't need as many weapon drops to stay relevant. I'm wrong. Because you get weapons for him as rewards. Can you... What weapons can you get from fishing? Is it just ones for Tone? Or you can get weapons for other people, too. Now that I'm thinking about it, that'll probably be a good source of decent enough weapons if I'm not getting weapons I need from drops. You know, it's not like amazing weapons, but it'll be good enough. And good enough is what I need. Hey Falio, I am having a good day. Everything is going great. I'm slowly slipping into insanity, and by slowly I mean falling at a breakneck pace right into it. But other than that, everything's going great. But yeah, so this is really simple. We just can't do attachments. That's the whole challenge. We don't get to put any attachments on our weapons ever. That menu just doesn't exist. Those items are just to be sold. Today, Tone wasn't listening when the Fairy King was talking, so he doesn't know how to do attachments. It's that simple. You know, the Fairy King said some stuff about them, but Tone kind of tuned him out. No, because I felt like doing this challenge and being insane instead of playing Dark Cloud 2. I'll get back to Dark Cloud 2 soon, probably. This idea occurred to me this morning, and I could feel the call of insanity urging me to do this challenge. Honestly, shorter than the Dark Cloud 2 equivalent, probably. I do expect this challenge to be significantly shorter than the Dark Cloud 2 equivalent, because this is a shorter game overall. Okay, hello, Mr. Bat. Easy. If you want to make this challenge even harder, you could do it without upgrading weapons entirely. But, that'll just make cave bats take more hits to kill, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. Okay, let's pretend I'm good at video games for just a second. There we go. But yeah, I decided to take a break from Dark Cloud 2 and be insane for a day. And this is where I ended up. it can now, yeah, upgrade it first and then use repair powder on it. Thanks for wishing me luck. I'm fairly confident I won't actually go insane, probably. It probably won't happen. Not today anyway. Next time though, maybe. But today I'm probably safe. I should probably be counting the Atla that I opened so I know when I can actually leave a floor, but you know, that would be actually optimizing my play. And when do I do that? You know, since when do I optimize my play ever, right? Like, that's not a thing I do. What? No. Why would I do that? And yeah, because I was... My inner suspicion was right. There is no, there's no other Atla on the floor. But I also wasn't paying attention to whether I'd gotten Duran's Crest or not, so, you know. I didn't have that, so it didn't really matter. Ugh. Can't wait until we have Duran's Feather. That's when this run really takes off. Just like us with Duran's Feather. I knew it was in that chest. I knew it was a magical crystal. Or I should have, anyway. Okay, so I'm trying to think through which characters I'll actually be using, and I think the answer is if I need any melee attacks, probably Tone. Because doesn't he get a weapon in the... You get the Sun Sword pretty late in the game, and its base stats aren't great, but they're probably the highest base stats that Tone's gonna get from a weapon, unless they get really lucky with drops. Actually, what are the base stats on the Martin? I should look that up at some point. Also, why did I go to the next floor? I am dumb. I have done something foolish. I don't have repair powder, I don't think. Yeah, I do not. I have done a foolish. So we're going to fight as few enemies as possible on this floor, I guess. So hope for an early Duran's Crest. Because I should have not done another floor. At least those things have relatively little health and don't do a ton of damage to my weapon. Dashers do a lot of damage to my weapon. Not a fan. Gotta keep collecting these. Okay, there we go. Gotta remember that I can just refill at health pools because this isn't Dark Cloud 2 and they have infinite uses here. The lower my weapon gets, the more nervous I get about the fact that I don't have repair powder. Definitely meant to hit exit and not go to the next floor. It was definitely what I intended to do, and I just didn't. That was an unfortunate misclick, let's put it that way. This was an unfortunate misclick to make, but it's certainly the misclick I did in fact make. So here we are, continuing to go right along through all of our enemies. Okay, there's Duran's Crest. We don't have to fight any more enemies unless we get a repair powder. If we don't get a repair powder or one of these chests, we just don't fight anything more. We don't need them anymore. We just ignore them. We pretend they don't exist. Oh, but we got a repair powder. All enemies must die. Easy. Didn't quite make it up to what I was hoping for, which was make it up to upgrading beforehand, but whatever, it's fine. It would be really, really nice if we could find a weapon or 5. Like, that's what I want. I want to find a weapon for Tone. That's what I really want right now. Please. If when I look over at the last chest in this room, if it could be a big chest that would have a weapon in it, that would be, gosh darn it. It is not. It is a regular sized chest with no weapon in it. Well, at least my dagger is up to +2. So there's that. Just like out of habit, opened the customization menu and then went right. I can't use this menu. Like it's habit, you know? Like you get used to it. You get used to using it. You don't even think about it. It's the menu I open when I take damage. Or not when I take damage, when I upgrade my weapon. I open up attachment and I put stuff on it. But like, I can't. I'm not allowed. I'm trying to upgrade dagger as much as possible, so that way, at least until I have a better weapon, I'm doing decent damage. That being said, I'm probably going to switch off of Tone as soon as Xiao is available. Because the main benefit of using Tone is that his weapons are stronger. But if my weapons are going to be doing almost no damage anyway, I'm just going to use ranged. Why would I use melee? Although I do really hope that we get a decent weapon for Xiao, because her base weapon is the... Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the worst. The only one that's even comparable to how bad it is Osmond's, and that's only because you get him later in the game. That's the only reason his feels worse. But here we go. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna finish this challenge eventually. We're going really fast, as you can tell. 18 minutes in, we're on the 2nd floor. Yeah, floors are long without Dran's feather, man. Okay, there we go. Another floor done. We don't have repair powders, so we have to leave. Back to the mayor to get all of our stuff fixed. I'm about to get scened. Yeah. Can I skip this scene? I cannot. That is unfortunate. Well, I will mash X as much as I can through the scene then. Not much else I can do. Yeah. Tone, having forgotten everything he said in his weapon one, decided to tune into that tutorial so that way he could figure out how to put the world together. Presumably because it's how he gets his girlfriend back, whereas weapons don't really matter because he has a decent dagger. Why would he need to talk about weapons? He knows how those work. You stab enemies with them. Why would he need to listen to that tutorial? And yes, that is my canonical. Wait, fill my bag. Thank you. Like, put stuff in there, please. I need it. Okay, put some more stuff in my bag, thank you. And then we go to dungeon and just totally ignore everything else. Into the Divine Beast Cave we go. We'll be ignoring Giorama the standard amount, otherwise known as much as you can, because that's how you play this game. At least that's how I've played it every single time I've played it since I was a child. I only do Giorama when I need to. And that's the way I play Dark Cloud 2 as well. Gosh darn it, another tutorial. Let me skip these. Well, whatever. Anyway, yeah, we definitely snoozed through that tutorial. We don't know what attachments are. This version of Tone just tuned that right out. And he's not gonna bother ever listening to that tutorial or checking it in the manual. He doesn't need it. His weapon is just fine. I mean, look, it takes out bats in one hit. Why would you need a stronger one? Like, how silly. Oof. I really want the shops so that way statues don't, you know, make me so nervous just by existing. Because, oh boy, did that eat my weapon health. Or Xiao. Having Xiao would also work, because then at least I don't take the melee penalty. Man, this game really just hates melees, but it's fine. You know? Melees are there for the people who want to punish themselves. That's why you play melee in this game. It's because deep down you hate yourself. You don't play melee in this game when you like yourself. It's just not what you do. A backup weapon for Tone would be really nice, because it would give me I get tram oil. It's a useless item, by the way. We might use them to level up later, but we won't ever use them for anything else, because all the other things you use them for are for getting loot. Okay, we got Dran's Crest, which means that at least we don't have to worry about being able to make it through the floor, because we can guaranteed make it through the floor now. I'm going to repair my weapon because that beeping is annoying me. And since we have Dran's Crest, I don't have to stress about, you know, efficiently spending my weapon HP. Doesn't really matter. Hello, Mr. Dasher. Goodbye. Okay, yeah. We're gonna... Hello, Mr. Cave Bat. How's it going, Mr. Cave Bat? Are you having a good day? Ow. Mr. Cave Bat, I was just asking if you had a good day. Just because I was asking with my dagger doesn't mean you have to fight me. Okay, maybe I see its point. Maybe asking how someone's day is going with my dagger was not the best way to go about them not being upset at me. Like, maybe if I had thought that through, I would have realized what the problem was with our communication. I'm just gonna ignore that statue, like hard ignore, not fighting it. That is too much weapon HP lost for no benefit. I might beat it on my way back when it's the last enemy in the floor, if I have enough weapon HP too, just because I can get the free refill of the mare, but I'm just disappointed in myself, you know? You know what I mean? I'm just disappointed with myself that I let that hit me. Like, I didn't need to. I could have avoided it, but I let it hit me. And that's just really disappointing. Take the map, run past the statue, activate this, run along while slowly dying of poison. It's fine. There's another statue. Open this. At least there's a pool of water near the exit. Open this up. Ow. You know what? We're just gonna go. You know what? That's enough. We're just gonna leave. You know? We don't need to fight statues. There's no reason to go out of our way to kill them, you know? We can just show mercy this one time. There's no reason not to. Tone's fine. He had 1 HP or more. He was fine. Pay no attention to how low his health dropped right there. He was fine. He drank some refreshing water. Everything is a-okay. I really, really want Transfeather. Oh gosh. That is one thing that they did change between Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2 that makes the movement feel a lot nicer even when you can't actually go faster, which is they made the animation for it. Like the animation in Dark Cloud 2 really sells that they're going as fast as they, you know, reasonably can. Whereas Tone's animation is just like, I'm going for you know, he looks more like he's speed walking than that he's running, you know what I mean? Like, at least one of his feet is on the ground at all time, and that's literally the definition of walking. He's not actually running. And so you just kind of look at that and you're like, is that the best you can do? And Tone's like, yeah, why? And, you know, you feel bad for making fun of him, but like, he deserves it. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, like Tone is speed walking everywhere and you're like, can you just bring that up to at least a jog? And Tone doesn't listen because Tone doesn't listen to anyone. But yeah, so we're gonna keep upgrading our dagger without attachments. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully we actually get a weapon. This will get a lot faster if we can just pick up a decent weapon. I really want a Gladius or a Shamshir. Maybe not a Shamshir, they're a little too frail, but definitely like a Gladius would be really nice. It would definitely speed this way up if we could get one of those. This is not a skippable scene. That's because it's about to tutorial me on how duels work. The nice thing is I don't have to care about getting duels perfect because I can't use the reward from them anyway. Oh, my bad, that's not the tutorial on how duels. I forgot that I had to, fight these guys normally first. And then I'll get the tutorial on duels. There we go. Can I just, like, can I loot this skeleton sword, please? It's right there. Just let me take it. Yes, yes, yes. Hush. I don't need your advice, Fairy King. I know how to fight. I do it all the time. I always... Okay, so I've noticed that it's always that last button press that I mess up if I mess up anything in that duel. Over, like, almost every time I've played this game. If I mess up something, it's that last hit. And I don't know why. Undead Buster. Huh. Wonder what I use those for. It says it's an attachment, but what are those? Tone doesn't know. You know, we can't use those. Well, what is that? Who knows? Doesn't matter. Probably not important. I think the Fairy King may have mentioned something about that, but honestly, Tone was pretty tuned out and, you know, wasn't paying attention. So, oh, hey, Fairy King. You here to tutorial me some more? Anyway, yeah, thanks for the tutorial on charge attacks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are attachments? Whoa, I'm sorry, I'm tuning out. You're talking about weapons again. My weapon is fine. I don't need your advice on that, thanks. I can grow weapons just fine on my own. It's easy. You hit enemies, then you upgrade your weapon. It's not complicated. There's nothing deeper to this weapon system, that's for sure. Gosh darn it, there are statues on this floor. Well... Actually, what am I doing? Dude, that does 11. It's still worth it for me to hit him normally. Okay, that's what I was checking, was whether it was worth it for me to be, whether I should be jumping them or just hitting them. And it's still more worth it for me to just hit them, or it's about the same. I think it's actually about the same. Okay, just repair that. It's all fine. The weapon is a-okay. Nothing wrong here. Okay. Hey, stop that. Stop, just die. There we go. And there's Duran's crest. I'm really annoyed at how many times statues are the ones carrying it, but at least I have it now. Hey, there's a stamina drink. That's nice. More tram oil. Cool. Cool. Hey, picked up some repair powder. That means I get to fight everything on this floor. Isn't that fun? Or go to the next floor, depending on what else is on this floor. Let's keep going. Got a lot more of these things to fight. I really want to have Duran's feather already. Like, I'm tempted to build the buggy early. Like, have him hurt his back. I don't even care. Actually, can you even? I've never like, I know that's a thing that can happen. Like, you can build the buggy early and he gets his back hurt, but like, can you? I've never actually tried to finish it before I have Pike. Because what I mean is, like, before I've even gotten Pike at all. Like, it's always been an option to have put down Pike. It was more a matter of knowing that I needed to. Then let's not talk about those misses. Yeah, let's just pretend I hit it like that. Yeah, like, let's pretend I did that to the other one too, and that other bit didn't happen. You know, like, let's just all agree that that's what happened the first time. Easy. Oh, I forgot to actually tweet out that I was doing this. I should probably do that. So let me go do that. Just gotta tweet out. I think that's a decent enough tweet. I really don't put too much thought into my tweets, and I think that's a good brand to have, right? Because that's easy to keep up, you know. When your brand for tweets is that you don't really, like, that you're not careful about them, that's a good brand to keep up. Because it's really easy, right? You just keep on going. Okay, and then copy that, and I'm gonna go drop it in some promos on a Discord that I'm in. There's promos. There we go. Okay, I did a thing. I've now announced what I'm doing. At least. So that's good, you know? Okay, back to actually doing it then. Now that I've properly announced to everyone that I'm doing it. And yeah, you get Pike on floor 5. I don't think you can finish. Is it because when you get his house? Do I have his house? Your armor parts. I do not. Okay, so that's what I gotta check, is whose house do I get first? I also think that's such a weird detail they decided to add in. Like, it's so weird to me that they decided to be like, yeah, you can, if you build these in the wrong order, the old man gets hurt because of you. Like, that's such a weird There's a lot of weird details like that in this game though. Like it's definitely not out of character for the game. They're all over. Like the fact that you can get different rewards at different times from people and stuff like that. Like that events can happen differently. I think that's all super interesting that it works like that. But at the same time, like, why though? Why do that? Why have it set up like this? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, give me that Atla. And yeah, there's Gaffer's buggy. So let's go see if I can hurt an old man. I mean, what? It's not like you hurt him, you just failed to keep him from being hurt. You know? And while in some moral philosophies that's the same thing, today we're going to treat it like it's not. Today we're going to pretend that it's in fact a different thing. And it's, yeah, completely different. Definitely. That's certainly a true statement, that it is completely different. Anyway, hey look, next floor. On to floor 6. We're actually making pretty good time for not having trans feathers yet. We're making really good time. But okay, so before I try and see if I can get the Gaffer out early, let me go get what remaining free stuff I can from the mayor. Also, I'm just gonna do that because I feel like it. Okay, go over here, do this way, and go grab some more stuff. Because I'm going for a challenge run here, I'm not going to worry too much about making sure I get every chest or anything. Like the miracle chests are nice and all, but I'm not going to worry too much about getting all of them. I will grab whatever ones I see, but I'm not going to be like obsessively finding all of them or anything. I don't really care. Okay. What am I doing? That's what I want. There we go. Okay, so we care about Gaffer's buggy. We may as well drop the Macho's house just because. But okay, so let's drop Gaffer and that, and then go talk to him. Hey. Tell me how to rebuild your house. Here we go. That's just more fodder to be sold. That's a defense up. I knew there was some chest that I actually wanted here. Oh yeah. Ooh, got the 7 right off the bat. That's really nice actually. Okay, do we have both goods and a sign? Yep, we do. So here's the real question. Do we hurt the old man for our own selfish gain? No, we'll do the 1 or 2 more floors necessary to actually get the stuff. Being a good person makes things harder, you know? Like, it just does. As soon as we have everything we need for Pike's house, though. Speaking of, do we even have... We don't even have, Pike's daughter yet. So, you know, it'll be a bit. Let me put in Camacho and Macho and complete their house instead. Since I'm already out here and doing Giorama anyway. Tell me how to rebuild your house. Macho must be outside for whatever reason. Yo, Macho, where are you at? There you are. Hello. My bad, Macho. I forget which one is which, honestly. I never paid enough attention to these characters to really get a good feel for which one of them was which. And anyone who names their children with one syllable off from their names deserves it when people mix their kids' names up. They deserve that. I'm a big believer in that you should absolutely have at minimum 2 syllables different, unless their names are only like, unless they have really short names, you know what I mean? But like, name your children things that actually sound different. Don't make them things that sound that similar. You're just asking for people to get their names wrong. Like, like, I wouldn't do that to my kids because I'd be afraid of getting their names wrong. But maybe that's just because I'm bad with names. That could be contributing. It's not what I want to do. I'm just checking for items. Seeing if there's any fruits of Eden in here. That's what I'm actually checking for. I'm not finding any, which is unfortunate. Okay, so that's that, I guess. Go over this way. There we go. Into the dungeon we go. And we continue right on to the next floor. The insanity only grows as we go deeper. Anyway, hey, it's the kitty cat. Bye bye, Zhao. See you later. Okay. Let us continue on. My lack of Dran's feathers hurts my soul, but I just couldn't bring myself to hurt the old man just for my own greed. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, you know? Ugh, now we have to fight mimics too? Oh, I forgot how much health mimics had. Ew. They're the first enemy you run into that like really actually has a lot of health. Well, at least I got Dran's Crest, so I don't have to fight anything else on this floor. Upgrade to increase my stats just that little bit more. I don't know what the dagger's maximum stats are, but I sure am going to find out if I don't get a weapon soon. Like, you might be thinking, how did that not hit you? And don't worry, I'm right there with you. I honestly don't know how that didn't hit me. I feel like it really should have. Like, I really feel like I should have been hit in the face for that one. Felt like I deserved it, you know? Okay, we are continuing our wonderful journey through through the world of Dark Cloud. We are making good progress, actually. Like, honestly, going pretty fast. Just gonna ignore that statue. Statues don't exist when I already have the crest for the floor. Like, when I have the crest, statues don't exist. I also really wish I'd managed to go the wrong way at any point during here, because if you haven't caught on, I have gone the deeper into the floor way at every single turn, and I really, really do wish I had managed to go the wrong way somewhere in there. Okay, gotta repair that. It's a little worse for the wear at the moment. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. And that's why we kill all the mimics. For the very, very small chance that one of them drops Dran's feather. Heck yeah, we zoom in now. Call us a zoomer, we zoom in. I'll change generations for this ability. I'll be a zoomer if that's what I need to do to get this ability. You know? I volunteer. Wahoo! I really, really wish that we got something better than a dagger. Be really nice. That's a statue. That's a skeleton soldier. Skeleton soldiers are okay to fight. They don't take all that much of our health away. Statues, statues not so much. They're definitely a thing that we want to avoid. Okay, let's go. Okay, another mimic. Please drop another trans feather so that way I don't have to worry about running out. Ow. I wasn't even paying attention to the pad on the side. I was too distracted by hoping the trans feather would drop. So, you know, my bad. Oh, an actual chest. Oh, hey, some repair powder. That's nice. Come on, Mimic, drop another trans feather, please. I beg you. Darn it. Okay, that's a statue. We don't have to care. And by we don't have to care, I mean we don't care about Mr. Statue. We just really don't. We give 0 cares about the statue. Do not express how little we care about the statue. Okay, we're going to refill there before we use an antidote drink because we're going to go right on to the next floor. It's a little bit of a gutsy move, but you know, if we have to give up half of our money because our weapon gets too low on durability on the next floor, that's fine. But we have the repair powder. I'm gonna make the gutsy play and go for another floor. You know, that's just where we're at. We're making gutsy plays today. To the next floor. Floor 7, here we come. The floor 8 or I think it's floor 8 that you get chow on, I wanna say. Not as certain on that as I'd like to be though. Which tutorial is this now? Oh yeah, it's when you learn about back floor and limited zones. Got it. Wait, what's the limited zone for this floor? Because that's why they gave you the tutorial now, isn't it? Is it? Okay, yeah. That only did 6 damage. We're just gonna walk away from that fight, you know? Like there is no point to that one. And there's another one. Ugh. It's a mimic or a okay. Give me a weapon. Yes, actually. I can't equip it right now because it's a limited floor. But I'm really happy with that actually. Okay, we're gonna hope that one of these ghosts is what has the thing for this floor because we really want to kill as few things as possible. Not unfortunate. Ugh. Really hope the master jackets don't have it. If they do, that'd be really obnoxious. Okay, so in Darkcloud 2 it's consistent which enemy, or which type of enemy at least, has it. Is it consistent in Darkcloud 1? I don't know. I don't think it is, but I am not certain about that. Okay, here's a normal skeleton soldier. We'll kill it real quick. Did not get what we wanted. We're going to continue to go around and kill all the easy to kill enemies and hope that that gets us what we want. And maybe if I really really wish really hard, it will actually get what we want. You know, like I don't really think it's likely, but I'm certainly going to keep wishing. These things aren't particularly hard to kill. I just don't want to fight one in case I get good. That really is the whole thing. Okay, now here's the real question. If I'm not allowed to use attachments, am I allowed to use these? Because they can change your weapon stats. I mean, I'm gonna step on them and just call it fine. But that definitely feels like something I shouldn't be allowed to use. Because that could have changed my weapon stats. And that can make your stats better. Ow. Okay, we're just gonna keep going for right now. It's fine. It's in the chest. Okay, we're really hoping for a Dran's Crest soon because it's looking like one of the Master Jackets might have it, and that would be really unfortunate if that was the case. You know? Like, that would just be really unfortunate. Come on, crap. Gosh darn it. Okay. I guess I'd better start killing Master Jackets. Hey, Mr. Master Jacket, could you not stab me in the back while I open this? That'd be very much appreciated. Just like looking behind, like, please don't. I'm a little busy at the moment. Please don't stab me. Hello, Mr. Master Jacket. Please vacate your life or unlife. Stop being undead. Just be actual dead, please. Thank you. Did not get the crest. Okay, we're going to ignore the pair of them because, well, that's a more annoying set to fight. And we're actually going to go kill the big fish things first because I am legitimately starting to worry that we're going to come on, fall over. I got gooed. That sucks. Got gooed and it didn't even have the thing. This is just the worst. Like, this is pain, is what this is. Okay, if I'm going to be able to beat this guy, I need the stamina. The reason I had the stamina for that was because now I have the chance to beat another one too. If I go up here and, you know, I'm just maximizing my chances of, thank goodness, of getting Dran's Crest, you know? Like, just maximize those chances, do the best I can, go back this way. There we go. Don't remember whether it's floor 8 or 9 that's the duel, so I'm gonna leave the dungeon, get what I can out here, and then okay, let's play some Giorama stuff. My house goes right there. Don't remember if that's actually the way I want it facing or not. We use our abilities to put Paige's house right next to ours for reasons. Put Claude's house over here. Then we put a windmill somewhere. Okay. Let's finish off that windmill just because we can. Then go to Paige's house and put Pike there. We don't have Paige yet, but that should be fine. We just need to have Pike placed, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, let's go talk to the mayor and get our free stuff before we continue. And once we get our free stuff, we will... Thank you for the free stuff. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we have 2 weapons, right? The small sword will probably be our primary weapon for a while because it's actually a really nice weapon base. So yeah, just at a base level, it's a pretty nice weapon. Really good against fish. Not sure why, but you know, we don't question these things. Okay, get a Fruit of Eden, and then get a gourd. Okay, so now that we've got a decent enough weapon for Tone, at least a decent enough one that we're going to be upgrading it for the foreseeable future. I'll consider it lucky if we ever get a better weapon for Tone. Hello. Why am I doing that when I should be doing this? Okay, okay, let's just talk about, for a second, the fact that you know more about Claude's house than you do your own house. There's only one mystery space on Claude's house, but on your own house, you only know one of the things. It doesn't make any sense. Like, that's just such a weird thing. Did not mean to say hello. Tell me how to rebuild your house, please. Okay, we'll put the wheel there just in case it needs to be there. I don't think it does, but you know, we're trying to be careful and not hurt an old man's back, you know? We have to be careful. We don't want to hurt him. Okay, let's go talk to him. And yeah, it's Pike up there, so Gaffer doesn't get hurt. Congratulations, Gaffer, you managed to not get hurt. Please give me free stuff, or give me all of your stuff. Okay, let's see. First, we sell the stuff I'm not allowed to use, you know? We'll keep the fish bait for right. Actually, no. If we're going fishing, it'll be way later in the game. Okay, let's sell these attachments. I'm not allowed to use any of them anyway. Just get them out of my inventory. They're just money. And I could use some money to spend on other things. There we go. Heck yeah. Okay, so we are now pretty set. Oh, whoops, I forgot to get one of the more important things. That should be good. Dran's feathers last for a relatively long time. I'm not worried about us. If you're wondering why I threw away the cheese, it's because I want... Ah, sure, that's not what I meant to do. Whatever, it's fine. Anyway, drop that gourd and the Fruit of Eden on Tone. There we go. Now, is Tone's mother somewhere convenient to talk to? No? Cool. I hate it. It's just unfortunate that she... Wait, is she... She is outside. Where is she? Tone's just out here shouting, Mother! Mother, where are you? I know I restored you. Where'd you go? Mother? Mother? Okay, where... Seriously, though. Like, surely she's not wandered out this far. Where is Tone's mother? Was she outside before and has now gone back inside? Have I been bamboozled by the time shift? Let's find out. Did I get bamboozled? Yeah, I got bamboozled. I'm pretty sure that the entire reason you don't remember that about your house was so they could make that joke right there. And that's really probably the only reason, right? Was so that way they could make that joke. And like, on the one hand, I respect it, but on the other though, okay, we could finish Claude's house, and I guess we will. Real quick. But gosh darn, he's not hanging out outside of his house anymore. There he is. Tell me how to rebuild your house. There we go. There we go. I can now walk into Claude's house. Easy peasy. There's nothing gonna happen because he's asleep. I don't remember what this version of the scene, what happens in this version of the scene. Nothing. Got it. Okay. Cool. We're gonna go to the dungeon then. We're just not gonna worry about it for right now, you know? It doesn't really matter which version of this stuff we get anyway, because it's all irrelevant, right? That entire subquest that feeds into, it gives you the Sunstone, which is an attachment, so we're not allowed to use it anyway. We're just not allowed to use it, so it doesn't really matter. I'm realizing that there might be a little more strategy if I'd made it instead without upgrading. It'd be more strategy, less grinding. Because then I would want the Sunstone, right? Because I could put it on my weapons. But at the same time, meh. Anyway, yeah, you're slowly being possessed by the Dark Junior or whatever. Anyway, let's fight, dude. Easy. Also, I like how, like, you totally get beaten during this, and the game's like, clear. And if you did perfectly, the fairies are like, you did so amazing, we're gonna give you some. And I'm like, I just got kicked in the butt. Like, what do you mean? It's really unfortunate that these scenes are not skippable, but you know, that's just where we're at. I think my small sword is strong enough to block that. I don't know what you're talking about, game. I am more than strong enough for this. Oh, game had blood in it. Rated M. Gosh. How could they let that little bit of blood through? Okay, here we go. We continue on our merry way. I've been streaming for an hour already. Wow, okay. I didn't realize it's been that long. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going with this. I might have to get up and get water in a few minutes because my throat is feeling a bit parched. But other than that, we're just gonna keep going. Also, I like how the Fairy King just like agrees with him that you should use the stray cat, because the Fairy King puts in an Alamelia for you. Anyway, out we go. Okay. Let's see. Going to go over here. Ignore the event at Claude's house for right now, and instead do the event at our house. Wahoo! Yay. Get that bread just because that chest existing was bothering me. You know, just the existence of that chest was annoying me, so I got it real quick, you know? I'm sure you guys know how it is. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna name the kitty Zhao. We did it. We saved the kitty. We saved the kitty. We have Grant's feathers. It's a good day. Why am I leaving? I have to go give her the potion. The existence of these treasure chests is bothering me, so I'm gonna pick them up as I walk through. Oh boy, repair powder. I'm so excited. And yeah, that question mark is exactly where it deserves to be when I said that. Wahoo! We get Zhao now. The fact that this is not a skippable scene makes me eternally sad. But we're making good progress on this challenge. Like we're an hour in and we have Zhao. That's not bad. It's not exceptionally fast, but it's not slow either. And we have a decent enough weapon for Tone that it'll probably carry us through the first several areas. Honestly, looting a small sword from a chest was really lucky. Hey, Fairy King, could you not, like, teleport me to mind space while I'm busy? Like, I'm doing other things. Okay. Thanks for the talk. Good talk, Fairy King. You gonna let me out of the mind realm? Thanks. Like he just disappears and you're still in the sea of black. And Tone's like, hey, Fairy King. You forgot something. I don't mean to bother you, but I'd really like to be able to continue my adventure. And I really can't if I'm stuck in whatever mind realm the Fairy King talks to you in. Okay, organize my inventory. Lament over the fact that Zhao starts with a slingshot that has 4 attack and I don't have any way to make it stronger. Like, there's nothing I can do about that, you know? That's just how it is. That's just her slingshot, and that's the way of things today. That's just the way her slingshot do be. And as unfortunate as that might be, that's just life. On this day, at least. Anyway, so hopefully we get another weapon for her. Like, I'm pretty sure wooden slingshot's actually her worst weapon. Unlike Tone, where the dagger isn't actually the worst weapon for him. I personally think the bone rapier is worse. Easy. You know. Yeah, it's gonna be rough until we get a weapon for Zhao. His Tone's weapon is decent. It's just not gonna level up very quickly. Hello, Mr. Statue. Goodbye, Mr. Statue. Ugh. Hey. Hello. I did not mean to repair that first. I meant to upgrade that first, but whatever, it's fine. It's all fine. Okay, there we go. Got a little more weapon HP at least. That's what I really want. Like, that's the main purpose of upgrading this weapon. I don't really care about the higher stats. I mean, they're nice, but it's more the because what I really want is if I can at least get for each of them, like what I want is weapons that can handle every attribute, or at least most attributes. And without attachments, that's a pretty tall order without attachments. But as long as I can get at least one strong weapon, I can level up others until they have enough stats that they're decent. Let's just not talk about that, you know? We're just gonna pretend that that did not happen. Like, we're just gonna move right along and pretend that never happened. You know? We're just going to absolutely pretend that that didn't happen. If Xiao's weapon was stronger, we'd be using her pretty much exclusively. It's just that, well, her weapon has 4 attack. Like, honestly, that is a pretty big problem for Xiao starting out. Like, the only thing she can decently hurt is bats. Everything else, she's pretty bad at fighting. It's just the bats. That's the only things that she can really fight to start. I am discovering a bit of a problem with the small sword, which is that doesn't have nearly enough weapon HP. And while it's got a beefy attack stat, its weapon HP is gonna be a real limiting factor. You know, and there's really not a lot I can do about it. That's just the unfortunate reality. Okay, we're gonna keep going. It's gonna be fine. We're A-okay. Everything's fine. It's especially going to be fine soon, because soon we're going to look up where is the best leveling, and then we're going to do that. And after that, things will be a lot easier. Because if the small sword had enough levels that it had a bit more weapon HP, we'd be in a much better place. Easy. There we go. Onward we go. Okay. I'm going to take a second to open up the Dark Cloud FAQs. There we go. And I'm going to look for probably under training pack. I imagine that's what it's under. Yeah, okay. Here's what I want, which is abs totals for front floors and back floors, and yeah. So what I want to do is just live with it for right now until I get to it's not list back floors, or are these back floors listed? I'm not sure. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I understand. Okay, so in Defined Beast Cave, there's really just nowhere that's good to level. But if I did want to level Xiao somewhere, this floor is the floor to level Xiao on. For the very simple reason of the back floor here. So if I was going to level Xiao on any of these floors, this is the right floor to do it on. Because the back floor here is all cave bats, which is the easiest thing for Xiao to kill by far with her weapon base. So we're going to go there and we're going to get Xiao at least enough damage that she's not hitting everything, you know? Get her up to at least 8 or 9 damage. I'm gonna open up a weapon fact too, just that way I know what stat maximums are for different weapons. Okay, Let's scroll down. I don't care anything about weapon abilities or evolutions. They're irrelevant to me. I care purely about stat maximums. That's all that matters. All that matters is those sweet, sweet maximums. Okay, so wow, the dagger's max attack is all the way up at 25. I would not have expected that. That's a lot higher than I thought it would be. The small sword's maximum is up at 60, which is actually really good for us, because that means that if I level up the small sword, that it'll carry us for most of the game. It won't be until we get access to the sun sword that we get a eventually better weapon. Yeah. And then the sun sword, I think, will be the best weapon that we can get, because I don't think any of the other weapons actually, hold up a second, we might do something dumb just because I think it'd be funny. Okay, yeah, so getting the highest weapon we can get without doing anything else is the Arise Martin, which has a maximum attack stat of 250. Like that's absolute, that's as good as we can get. Because what we can do is you upgrade those weapons. The Martin series of weapons builds up through fishing. Doesn't require attachments. It's not how it builds up in this game. So that's funny, and probably what we'll do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, for right now, we are going to get Xiao's wooden slingshot up to the point where it's more usable effectively. Like that's what we really care about. We're getting it up to the point where it's at least decently usable. It maxes out at something like 28 attack. We're not going to stay here long enough for it to get anywhere near that. But we will level it up a few times. Okay, open up the chest. Hey, got Sky Hunter. What we really want to do is we want to just kind of skate by until we get to the third dungeon. where we can unlock where we get the ability to go to back floors at will. Like that's ultimately like that's what we're shooting for, is the ability to go hang out there. Because if we can go hang out there, then we can just hello, Mr. Cave Bat. Goodbye, Mr. Cave Bat. It's been nice knowing you. Because if we can get there, then we just chill out there forever, effectively. Honestly, like that is actually though what we're going to do. We're gonna chill out there for pretty much ever, because that's what we need. So we'll probably use up pretty much all of our repair powder here doing this, and that's fine. The important thing here is that we need a good enough slingshot, and I'm not going to rely on us getting the upgrade, because that's the only other thing we could do potentially, is rely on luck to get the get like a bandit slingshot or something. It'd definitely be preferable to get lucky and get a bandit slingshot. I just don't want to rely on that happening, especially since aside from against enemies that are relatively resistant to Zhao, like Dran for whatever reason, having Zhao be doing decent damage will greatly speed up the middle of this run. Let me put it this way: we want Zhao to be doing decent damage, so that way we can be using ranged attacks at least until we get Ruby, at which point we really want whoops, well, oh well. At which point we want to get Ruby up to doing decent damage, so that way we can just use her for the rest of the game, pretty much. I'm looking through their stats to see of the findable weapons. Actually, not of the findable weapons. What does it say where I can get what weapons in this? Because that would be really, really useful information to have. Buying. Gifts and buying are what I care about. Okay, so if we get the serpent sword and the battle axe, that'll be, so the battle axe will give us a decent weapon for Tone. We can buy the platinum ring to do decently with Jack, or to do decently with Ruby, excuse me. We buy that from Jack. Or no, that's a gift from Jack, excuse me. And we get a bunch of swords and other weapons in Oskalaka, which will be decent enough. Okay, let's see, what weapons can we buy? Not all that many. Fishing looks like it's going to be our best source of weapons, but it's not a great source still. It's just a passable one, but that's fine. That means that we're probably going to have, like, the most annoying areas are probably going to be at the end, when they're expecting you to upgrade into the final weapon types and they're not giving you weapon drops that are at that same level. But it should still be fine. It'll just be a bit rough, but it won't be the worst. We will have to spend some time upgrading weapons before then. I'm probably not gonna spend, I'm gonna try and not spend too much time grinding in this game in general. Hopefully this will be the first major grind, and then we'll have one more towards the midpoint of the game, and that'll be it. I think Osmond's weapons base stats are high enough that we can just upgrade his weapons as we go along. Like, you know, after we get him, we just use mainly Osmond to upgrade his weapons, and then everybody will have decent enough weapons by the time we get to their floor in the Gallery of Time. Which, that's going to be, like, actually challenging. It's going to require some forethought to make sure that everyone has a good weapon. What's the battle axe's maximum attack? It's 125. So that's realistically, that's going to be Goro's weapon for the game. That's it. He's using the battle axe. Because I don't think you can get any of the weapons that are better than it as drops. Goro has like the least weapons in the game by far. And I don't think you can get any of his better weapons as drops. Is 6 high enough on attack? I don't think it is. So we're going to take the tram again and keep upgrading it. You know, just throw a few more upgrades on the pyre. The unfortunate thing about the one slingshot base without any attachments is that its magic stat is completely useless because it doesn't have any elemental stats base. So its magic stat is literally sitting there doing nothing, and there's realistically not much I can do about that. If we can at least get Xiao's weapon up to the point where she can use it. What I'm really worried about is her weapon needs to be enough to actually take out a dragon. That's the real limiter here. Is her weapon needs to be able to take out a dragon. Because I'm not going to rely on lucking my way into a steel slingshot or bandit slingshot beforehand. You know, if I do happen to luck my way into one, that'd be great. I would actually very much prefer that to the alternative. I'm just not relying on that, you know? So we do the only thing we can do, which is increase their base stats one upgrade at a time. Okay, I actually think that we'll be pretty set. Like we've got this, I think. Okay, should think of something to monologue about while I continue grinding, because there's realistically no way I'm going to make this grinding, you know, there's not any interesting gameplay going on right now is what I'm getting at, and there's no real way for this gameplay to be interesting, because, you know, at a fundamental level, I'm just beating up some bats, you know? Like, there's not ever going to be anything interesting about that. Let's see, man. What I was checking here was how Xiao's faring against regular enemies at this point, and the answer is not great. It's definitely not, like, terrible, but it still leaves something to be desired when it's taken that many hits just to take out a mimic. Like, mimics are relatively durable enemies, but it still shouldn't take me, you know, like 15 hits to take them out. That's, or even more than 5. That's, you know, it's not very fun when you have to hit them more than 5 times to take them out. Anyway, so we'll get Xiao's weapon upgraded one more time, maybe 2 more. With a few more upgrades, we'll be sitting pretty, and that should tide us over until we find a weapon for Xiao, or until we get Ruby, you know, whichever happens first, right? Because I am not dismissing the very much non-zero possibility that we do not get a weapon for Xiao before we get Ruby. It's happened to me in playthroughs before, you know? Like, you can't force luck. All you can do is hope. But our main goal today is to finish the Divine Beast Cavern, because this is going to be probably the slowest actual dungeon. There's going to be some slowdown towards the end when I do some grinding, but this will be the slowest actual dungeon. Because everything else won't be dungeon. That's just not what it's gonna be. Okay, here we go. I'm utterly insane for even contemplating doing this, but you know, it's too late to stop now. I killed that bat just because I could, and I don't regret it at all. I regret nothing about my decision to do that. And yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. I regret nothing about that decision. Gotta remember to actually step in the pool this time. I'm getting thirsty. The thirst is real. Okay, there we go. Up to +4 on my slingshot. The nice thing about every level up is that it gets faster, which is honestly not that, like, that's actually nice. Oh, thank you. No, thank you. Goes to the graveyard. Okay, I think I'm just about at the point where leveling up like this is taking too long for me to be willing to do it. Yeah, I'm not getting enough per bat anymore, so I'll finish off this floor and then I'm done. Okay, repair my weapon. There we go. Well, I really wanted to get one slingshot up to at least 10 attack, at least 8. Like, I did double its attack by doing this, and it's definitely at least usable now, rather than just being unusable like it was before. You know, where it was just straight up not even usable. But yeah, because we're at the point where it's taking 72 abs to level up, which means that I'm going to be leveling it up after 2 runs, and that's just too much. Okay, onward we go. We will, however, still be taking the opportunity to defeat all the enemies, you know, that we run into for XP. Especially when they're easy ones like statues that just kind of stand there while we hit them, you know? Those enemies in particular, we will defeat. Oh, I just realized the main reason why it's no attachments instead of no upgrades Because of the broken dagger glitch, or the dagger attachment glitch. That's why. Okay, I found a reason that satisfies myself on why I'm doing it this way instead of just saying no upgrades. Because you can give a weapon maximum stats without upgrading it if you use the broken dagger glitch. And actually, wait, does that glitch require upgrades? I feel like that glitch requires upgrades. Details. Not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna pretend that it doesn't because I don't want to think about it, so you know. Okay. So this way. Yeah, see, now Xiao's actually usable. She's not strong, but I don't cry at the prospect of having to do an entire floor with her. And that's all that really matters. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that actually matters, is that doing an entire floor with her isn't some terrible specter hovering over me anymore. It's just like, yeah, I could do that. I don't want to, but I could. But I don't want to. I mean, I'm going to prepare for doing an entire floor with her by doing entire floors with her. Because, well, that's how this game works. Can't wait to get to the werewolves. Okay, no. That's a no from me. We're just gonna take that out with a sword. We're gonna have to kill enough master jackets on the solo floor. I'm not gonna worry about doing it right now. Okay, so let's continue. For anyone new who just hopped in, the rules are that while we can upgrade weapons, we cannot use any attachments on them. So, you know, nothing in these slots ever. We are free to upgrade weapons though. The joke of the run, the headcanon for it, is that Tone just wasn't listening when the Fairy King was talking. You know, he already knew the basics of upgrading a weapon, and he just kind of tuned out when the Fairy King started talking about it, and he doesn't know attachments exist. And every time someone starts talking about weapons, he just stops paying attention because he knows how those work. And no one ever manages to get through to him. It's sad, really. And so we have to continue on without that. I'm deciding if I should save that power-up powder. I feel like I should, but at the same time, I also feel like it'd be really nice to just use it. Also, my luck today has been extraordinarily bad with how I've explored. I keep exploring in ways that make floors as long as possible. It's really unfortunate. You know, if it was just one floor, that would be fine, but I think I've done that on like 4 or 5 floors today, where I just take a path that makes it really long for no apparent reason, and it's really just an unfortunate thing. Yeah, the other important rule is that we're not allowed to use attack items because, well, that just takes all the challenge out of it. You know? Like, if you could just throw thunder gems at everything, there wouldn't be any challenge to the run. It would be the throw thunder gems at everything run. Which, well, not a bad sounding run, does sound kind of funny, is not the run we're trying to do today. Okay, we gotta keep running along. Head out this way. Switch back to Tone to open these. It's a good day. Honestly, it is a good day. We've made it through 10 floors. We're making good progress. I am hopeful that we will finish the Divine Beast Cavern entirely today, which would be nice. I honestly don't remember if I've gotten the exit key yet, so I don't remember if I need to be fighting enemies at this point or not. The answer was yes, so Well, the answer to the question of had I gotten it was no, so the answer to the question of did I need to be fighting enemies was yes. I clearly have great memory and pay no attention to any evidence you see to the contrary. I mean, let me put it this way. As far as I can remember, I've never forgotten anything. So, clearly my memory is great. You know? That's the only possible explanation for that fact. That's the only way that's the only thing that could possibly mean. It can't mean anything. It's just not possible. Okay. I really hope we get an actual decent weapon for Xiao soon. Here's hoping that we get a bandit slingshot sometime soon. That's what we really want, is a bandit slingshot. That's what we're hoping for. Anyway, yeah, we have to play Xiao. Okay, so let's look around. We only care about treasure. And it's nice that we got stamina, because dragons are, well, obnoxious to kill. And stamina will make it slightly less so. Okay, there we go. We did it. Open some treasure chests. It's gonna be a great time. But we are totally going to leave this floor as soon as the game lets us. But, you know, we can only do so much. Here we go. Continuing on. Hello, Dasher. How are you? There we go. I did not notice the dragon in time. It's fine. Hello, Mr. Cave Bat. Goodbye, Mr. Cave Bat. There's only one other chest on the floor, and I'm feeling really gypped. Starting to wish I'd leveled this a little bit more. Because 4 damage per shot to a dragon is kind of not a lot. Okay, prepare. There we go. Goodbye, Mr. Dragon. There's the crest. I'm just gonna go check that chest down here to make sure it's not a weapon for Xiao. Or just a weapon in general. Because there are still better weapons we could get for Tone. I'm not sure if any of them are obtainable at this juncture, but they do exist. Let me use my stamina to murder some things real fast. Easy. Anyway, open the treasure chest. Get nothing useful whatsoever. Or at least nothing I'm allowed to use anyway. Holy gems are useful if you're allowed to use them. I, however, am not, so it is not useful to me. But okay, so we beat all the enemies, got all the treasure. Let's get out of here. Or we beat all the enemies we had to, anyway. Let us continue on our merry way. Onward we go to the next floor. Not all that many left now. We're going to focus on leveling Tone for a while. Because I'm more worried about his weapon getting more HP. This is a King Mimic, isn't it? Yep. I knew there were King Mimics on this floor. I was just really hoping, you know? That maybe I was wrong. That I'd misremembered. Unfortunately, in this case, my memory turned out to actually be half decent, and that's just... Trust me, no one was more disappointed than me that I had good memory for once. Thanks for the bone key. Oh boy, some throbbing cherry. Ow, my weapon. Gotta remember to be careful with melee weapons. They are fragile things and you can't put attachments in them. The fact that I usually break down my dagger into whatever first weapon I pick up for tone means I'm used to a much more durable weapon at this stage of the game. Well, now I'm poisoned, and that's just really unfortunate. That's an unfortunate thing to be. I don't appreciate it. In fact, I would really appreciate not being poisoned. That's something I would appreciate. Like, not being poisoned would be great. Ow. Like, imagine a universe in which I didn't get hit there. It's a universe in which I'm a better gamer, but, you know, that's not the one we live in, because in this universe, I'm a mediocre gamer. And that's just where we're at. Okay, hello, Mr. Cavebat. Goodbye, Mr. Cavebat. Okay, we're going down this way, and we are on to our next Duran's Feather. We've still got a few left, though, so we don't need to hightail it out of the dungeon just yet. That's a very packed room down here. Oh my gosh. Stop. Stop guarding. Stupid master jackets. Anyway, hey look, I can now upgrade my weapon. Yahoo! It gets a little bit stronger. Okay, it's up to 33 weapon HP, which is admittedly not a lot, but we'll take what we can get. It's more than 31, and that's, I think, what really matters, is that it's more than we had a second ago. Ow. Hey, there's the exit key. Isn't that a nice thing to have? I think it's a nice thing to have. I think it's such a nice thing to have that I'm going to take it and leave. Aside from going to go retrieve all the Atla on the floor, of course, because that is a requirement. Gotta retrieve all them Atla. You know what I think would have made this game just significantly better? Like there's an upgrade they could have done to the game that would have just made it significantly better all on its own. Which is if they had just as a single change, made it so that way on any floor on which a king mimic spawns, there's a guaranteed big chest on it. So that way there's always 2 big chest items on it, and one of them is the king mimic and one of them isn't. Because that would have given you a guaranteed, a better place to try and farm, gear, but still would have kept in the spirit of being random, and if you never noticed it, you would never get the benefit. So it'd be a way to reward observant players. And lessen the amount of luck that is present in this game. I think part of it's also if they tuned up the number of weapons that were being dropped, because I think that's mainly what Dark Cloud 2 did. They just increased the number of drops in general. That's why you don't really feel the same apprehension towards getting drops, because there's just more in Dark Cloud 2. It also requires drops less in general, because synthesis because your starting weapons in that game go right into your synthesis tree, unlike in this game where they're separate. Yeah, we're just here to restock real fast. And once we restock, we will head back. Already have almost 5,000 money. It's going well. At the very least, Tone's gonna be rich by the end of this. How many more floors do we have? There are 14 floors with actual enemies on them, and the 15th floor is the boss room. So there are two more floors that have actual enemies on them. Okay, in we go. We're going to be primarily using Xiao here because Tone's weapons are way too fragile for this. That is honestly what it comes down to. Tone's weapons just don't have the durability for fighting a bunch of Rockanobs and dragons, which are what's on this floor. I really wish one of the dragons was nearby while I had stamina going. Okay, also I'm going to repair that weapon because that beeping's getting real annoying. You know, that beeping's starting to really get to me. So I'm going to remove it from my ears. Okay, there we go. I didn't realize I was that low on repair powder. I should have bought some. I definitely thought I had more. And I was definitely incorrect. That's really unfortunate. Goodbye, Mr. Dragon. And there's stamina gone. Unfortunate. Well, I knew that would happen. I knew I'd run out of stamina soon enough. Okay, and we continue on our merry way. So I think the hardest part of this run, maybe not the hardest, but definitely the most annoying. Ow. That did 34 damage right through Xiao's guard. But the hardest slash most annoying part of this run is going to be right when we get Ruby. And the reason for that is because we're going to need, eventually for Ruby, weapons that cover every attribute, so you can open every one of her doors. But until we get that, if we ever run into a door that has an attribute we don't have, that's it. We just have to restart. You know, we just have to mind connect with the Fairy King, lose half of our money. There's nothing else we can do in that situation. We can't get past that door because we're not allowed to use attachments. And you know me, stickler for the rules. That's me. I love rules. Something. Ow, my face. On fire. Dragon didn't believe me when I said that, so he lit my face on fire. And I think that was a rather extreme reaction. I don't think that was necessary. Like, I just don't think that strong of a reaction was what was truly required in that situation, Mr. Dragon. Yeah, that's right. Conga line of dragons all the way across the room. I'm out of room. Oh, thank you. Let me hide behind this Atla. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to whatever's inside of it. It'll be fine. I mean, this Atla did tank hits from the Dark Genie, so... spoilers. The Dark Genie's rat, at least. So I'm sure it'll be fine. No problems. Everything's a-okay. We're getting just about everyone, finishing up all of our Atla collection. which is always a good thing to finish. I don't have too much of an Avatar The Last Airbender collection, but I'd love to complete it nonetheless. You know, it just sounds like a good collection to complete, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, that is a collection that it sounds like I want to complete. Hello, Mr. Dragon, I'm sorry, can we talk about this? Mr. Dragon? Please? Dragon, no, don't be mean to me. I am but a little cat person. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm not sure I'm going anywhere with this. This is nonsense, most likely. Anyway, at least the one slingshot's up to 10 attacks, so there's that. You know, that's nice. We're up to doing at least passable damage to most enemies. I'm not sure why I'm bothering collecting money. I'm definitely going to be getting more than enough money just off selling all the attachments that I pick up because, you know, I can't use them anyway. Anyway, hello Mr. Rockanov, would you mind dying before you get to me? Thanks, I appreciate it. Anyway, got a Dragon's Crest, so you know, that's cool. Cool. Got some more. Hey, stay down. Gosh, so rude. Getting back up after someone's already beaten you, like, no manners. Really unfortunate that I'm going to, once again, have gotten to the end of the floor before I get the magic crystal. Just not been very lucky with routing and maps today. Although, I did get a little lucky because I actually know I should still go into the room. I was going to say, because I confirmed that I don't have to, I almost got hued. Ow. I was going to say because I don't have to go into this room, but it has a chest, which meant that this chest could have been a, whatever it's called. Oh, hey, repair powder. It could have been a, talking is hard, a place from which I could receive, a weapon. It could have been a weapon chest is what I was trying to get at there. You know, around my apparent inability to string words together in a sentence that made any kind of sense. Oh, so another series that's absolutely coming soon, as soon as I find the time to stream more, is me just going through my Steam library, because I was going through it this morning and there are so many games that I was like, wait, I have that? Like, I'm sure I just bought them on sale at some point and then just forgot. Like, just straight up forgot they existed, and there's so many games like that. And so I'll probably spend some time doing Steam cleaning, as it were, where I, you know, pick some of the shorter games that I think I could beat in a stream or two and just do them. You know, just get through them, get them done with. I think the funny thing is that, like, honestly, up until this point, this doesn't feel that different from a regular playthrough of this game. I'm probably not going to really start feeling it until the third dungeon or so. I'm just really hoping that I get decent weapon drops before Muskalaka, because at Muskalaka, what I can do is I can spend some time fishing, and then from that point on, I have at least a decent weapon for every character as soon as I can do fishing. Fishing is what I really need to be able to do to get a decent weapon for each character. As soon as I'm allowed to fish, and as soon as I can do legendary fishing, I can immediately get... That's just depressing. I should have remembered that there were king mimics on this floor. But what I was saying is, as soon as I have fishing, I can at least get a decent weapon for every character, so I'm not as reliant on getting a decent drop for each character. That being said, I think... Okay, so the characters that I need a good drop for the most are... Or that I'm going to be relying on drops for the most are... Ruby and... Osmond. They're the characters I can't get as good of things for. Base. But, like, for example... for Tone, I already have the Small Sword, and I get the Sun Sword in Muskalaka. Or, for Xiao, I need a drop for Xiao, because she doesn't get any free weapons throughout the game. Or, for Goro, I don't need any weapon drops for Goro. Because the base battle axe that you can get for completing the forest 100% will give you a good enough weapon for Goro for the whole game. It'll take a bit of grinding to get it up to being good enough, but it's a good enough weapon. I don't ever have to change weapons after that, and I really can't change weapons after that because I don't think you get any weapon drops that are better than it. So I will be, you know, for better or worse, I'll be stuck with it. Thank you. Goodbye. Another enemy easily dispatched with my immense skill. My skill of immenseness or something. Easy. Easy. Okay, switch over to Xiao. Look at that, I do 5 damage now. Isn't that great? I think it's great. I'm really happy with doing more than 4 damage to a dragon. Hello, Mr. Dragon, please don't breathe fire on me. I would very much appreciate it if you did not do that. Like, I know it sounds like a lot of fun, but please don't. Actually, though. Like, it just really hurts my skin or something. I don't know. Bad rocking off. No rolling for you. Yeah, that's right. That's right, you stop rolling. But yeah, what I really need for Xiao is the bandit slingshot. That's at least decent enough that it'll carry her through most of the game. And it's probably the best slingshot I'll get. Yeah. Thank you. No, thank you. I said no thank you. No means no, Rockinov. Gosh, I can't believe these enemies who are fighting me to the death don't listen when I say it to stop attacking me. I just can't believe that. That they would not listen when I say to stop attacking me. It's just so rude. Like, I'm just so hurt by their continuing to attack me when I say to stop resisting my attempts to murder them. I mean, what? I mean, when I ask them politely to stop attacking me so we can have peace or something. Anyway, yep, no sign of monsters. There's definitely not any monsters on the other side of that door. Yep. That's definitely a true statement. 100%. Okay, let's complete some requests. Wait, Laura's the one who wants to be away from the... Right? No. They don't care. It's not them that cares. I forget what their request is, but Hag wants to be near the windmill. So put her right here. Then Alnet wants to be far away. Claude wants to be near Alnet. Duran's windmill goes right here. All windmills go around. Do. Actually move that to over here, then move this to right here, just to make sure that the gaffer is getting his request fulfilled, which he is now, because he was not before. I was correct that it didn't look like he was close enough to have that fulfilled. Okay, let's place the people first. Then there we go. There's lots of people to place, but that's fine. Lots and lots of people to place. Okay, so now we need to start talking to people to find out what they want. We will start with La Hag. So we can start grabbing all of these. You know, that's nice. Hello. Isn't there a way to look in first person view? Yeah, there is. I thought you're supposed to look for some of the chests. Oh gosh, that's disorientating. Can you fight like that, I wonder? If you could, that'd be an interesting challenge. Play the whole game like that. Honestly, I think you'd be better off trying to play the game blind. Because that's definitely something that's gonna mess with you. So we're going to go through and get all the chests in every house. Shouldn't take us too long at all. Okay. Yeah, we're going to complete every house and make sure that we get all the chests in it. Like I said, shouldn't take very long. Okay. Got a gourd, isn't that nice? I do like gourds. I like anything that puts my stats up, honestly. Anyway, yes. Back to the way things were. I can now store things, which is good, because I have power-up powders that I want to store. Because I don't want to use them yet, because I probably want to wait until I have something like Goro's Battle Axe or the Arise Martin that's going to be taking a metric ton of abs to upgrade. Okay, on to the next thing. Let's go over to Alnet's house and find Alnet and her brother. Of course, the time changed now. Where they are will have changed, which is just really unfortunate. but whatever, it's fine. Hello, Alnet. Okay, lamp at the front door. Do you have any requests, Alnet's little brother? It's your bike, right? Oh no, it's the storage cabin. Is it Paige's bike then? Or no, it's whatever her name is. It's the little girl. Ina. It's her bike. Anyway. Go get that fishing rod, shall we? Also, now that all of that's complete, we can just go around and make sure that we've gotten all of the treasures. Easy peasy. Getting all them treasures nice and easy. Okay, there we go. Now we go up here, and we... Hello. I really wish these scenes were skippable. Alas, they are not. And so here we are. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming today. Especially since I have a long stream set for tomorrow too. Although my streams on Sundays are a lot easier to do because when I stream on Sundays, I'm streaming with friends. So it's a lot easier to just keep up the whole talking constantly thing because it's not just me talking. Whereas this is a lot more taxing in terms of my poor introverted soul. Okay. That's all of the items there. Now we go up here. We need to go talk to Paige. Paige, where are you? There you are. My sixth sense told me she'd be over there. I honestly don't have any better explanation other than luck, so we're going to go with sixth sense because I like that explanation better than luck. The real answer was probably luck, but that doesn't matter. You know? In the face of what I want it to be, the real answer is irrelevant. You catch what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. Okay, now we wait for this scene to be over. At least we can now carry 60 items, which means that the metric ton of repair powder I'm having to carry on me everywhere isn't as restrictive. You know, my desire to carry 20 repair powder everywhere I go isn't as big of a problem. I should make sure I'm doing all their how should I's. Like I haven't even been remembering to ask. I think I'm getting them all right though, so it's fine. I don't think any of them require that you actually ask them what they are. They just require that you do them. Right? Yeah. I do think I need to actually do Claude's event for his thing to count though. We'll see. We'll see if the percentage goes up, because I know his is... I forgot. Why can I not skip this? Or at least fast forward it. Save me from... save me from this torture. Oh, so... General statement. I'm really... there's something I'm actually really kind of annoyed about. So... they've ported a lot of games to the PS4 PlayStation Store, right? They have not ported something I really wanted, which was also, let me finish this other one real fast. But they have not finished something I really wanted ported. They never ported something I really wanted, which was pretty much any of the Breath of Fire games, but in particular, one that I played a lot growing up was Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, and I really want to play it again. But it's not for PS4, which means I'm gonna have to actually dig out my PS2 copy, which is a lot of effort, but I will probably do that at some point to stream it. I don't know exactly when, but it'll probably be happening, just because I really do like that game. And I've been wanting to replay it, and I never did 100% it, and streaming it would be a good excuse to do so. Isn't it nice how much more honest I've gotten about that, it's just an excuse? I say that like I didn't always say that, and I definitely always did, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I definitely always expressed it that way, that everything I do when streaming is fundamentally just an excuse. You know? It's all just excuses. Move. Big. I want. Okay. Dusk. I'm going to go check Claude's house because something else should have happened. Is it changed now? Has something else happened? Gosh darn it, he is still asleep. The worst part is seeing all these chests in his room and not being able to get them. That's the worst part. While I wait for this scene to actually end, I'm just gonna casually manage my manage a idle game I play. I play NGU Idle, so you know, casually manage that in the background while I wait. Okay, back over to Laura's house then. Do the scene. I forget what they give me. I honestly don't remember. Is it food or something? I don't know. Like, I honestly don't remember. Oh, it's Dran's Feather. Okay. Right. This is your tutorial on Dran's Feather if you haven't gotten it at this point. Right. I forgot it existed, to be honest. But that's because, you know, I don't think about Dran's Feather as something that needs tutorial. Oh, that's right. They want to be away from the mayor. I knew there was a reason I put them on that side. Like that, we're at 75%, which means that it must not be counting Claude and it must not be counting the hag yet. Why'd I go in there already? I just really wanted to manage my idle game, obviously. It definitely wasn't me being an idiot on autopilot. Definitely. Right? I'm convincing you, right? Right? You believe me, right? Tell me you believe me. Anyway, so yeah, let's actually, we're pretty much just waiting for it to be a time I can actually get a thing from him, but we'll go do the Dran's Feather, or do the Dran's Windmill thing first. You know? So that way, at least we're collecting things. You know, we're getting something done. We did it. Wahoo. Anyway. Got the horned key. Yahoo. Thanks for the fire. Thanks for the fruit of Eden. Also, can we just all acknowledge that them putting the chest that has a stat boost right there is just so rude. You know, putting the chest that has the actual stat boost behind a corner like that, that's just such a rude thing to do. And I do not approve of it in general. Okay, let's use that on Zhao. Then use that on Zhao. Then use that on Zhao. It's a great time. Then use that on Zhao. And then use that on Zhao. It's a great time. We're really hoping for a better weapon for Zhao, if it's not obvious that I'm favoring her. What am I doing? There are more chests here. They're important ones too, because it's a fluffy donut and a fish candy, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Isn't the other fish candy at the pond? Yeah. There we go. It is not yet time for me to get the other thing from Claude, so I might just go and beat the boss before then. Yeah, I'm just gonna go finish the... We're gonna go shopping first, but probably just going to go finish the entire area casually before Claude even wakes up. Can you even... Yeah, I didn't think you could sell those. I figured they were probably in the category of things couldn't. I'm gonna keep mining and store that later. Okay, so next I just need a bunch of repair powder. There we go, that should be fine. Now let's go over here and just sell all of this. All of it, gone. Gone, 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 gone. All of it. Okay, there we go. I think the funny thing is if I click on my chat, it still makes me agree to my own rules. I find that kind of funny. Anyway, so wow, geez. Now I'm gonna get unlucky. Yep, there it is. I knew it was coming. Although, yeah, out of 4 times that I've used defense items, I got the maximum upgrade. 3 out of 4 times. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna wait for a second to for it to switch to night, because it's like right there anyway, before I go into the dungeon. Yep, there it is. It is now nighttime. Wahoo. Okay, let's go. Hey there, Claude. That bath is not big enough for 2 people, Claude. Even 2 people of Tone's size would have a hard time fitting in that bath together. And Tone's pretty small. It's pretty scrawny. Anyway, thanks for the soap and the cheese, I guess. I appreciate it. I'll see you later, Claude. Okay, then Giorama analysis, and we're still at 75. What quest am I missing? Huh. Well, I'll go beat up Dran first, and then I'll figure it out. You know? Like, that's just the easier way to do things. Just go beat up the giant flying beast. What is Dran? I mean, King of Beasts, obviously, but like, is he supposed to be something akin to a manticore or something? Something like that? That's what he feels like to me, at least. Is something in that family, like not necessarily a manticore, but like in the same family as one. Okay, we're just gonna throw the horned key in and worry about the rest later. This is also not a skippable scene for some reason. Well, whatever. Come at me, Dran. Fight me. Anyway, so Zhao needs to ground this jerk. So that way I can properly punish him. Get down here. Well, that's 29 damage at a time, which isn't terrible. Heck yeah. Also let me prepare Zhao's weapon, because that beeping is getting annoying. Okay, now back to actually shooting things with Zhao's weapon. We did it. Okay. Ow. Knocking me down is quite rude there, buddy. Do not appreciate. Get back down here. I'm not done with you. Got 2 hits in. Yeah, that's right. Showed you. Ow. You can go back into the air now. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I apologize, Serge Gran. Please go back to flying. If you're wondering why I didn't hit him there, it's because I was a little worried that that was going to do enough damage to my weapon as to cause problems. I wonder if Dran's weak against any elements that I have. Because the small sword actually has a surprising amount of attributes on its base. So I did 29 before with a jump. Now I'd still do 29 with that. So those are both neutral, I'm guessing. So let's try. Nice. I didn't see the number. So we'll try that one more time. Hey, can you stop strafing me, please? Thank you. If only I could actually aim. Instead of having to just live with, oh, well, I guess I don't get to know. Regardless, I won, so, you know, there's that. It was probably neutral, though. I don't imagine he was particularly weak against ice. Anyway, so off to Matsutake Village I go. Thanks for giving me some directions, Dran. I appreciate it. The Fairy King definitely wouldn't have known any of that information you just told me. For sure. Yep. Yeah, the Fairy King definitely knew everything that Dran just said and could have just told me himself. But left it up to Dran for some reason. It's not really clear. Well, thanks for that, buddy. I appreciate it. I'll see you later. Well, off we go. Come on. There we go. Off we go, onward to glory or something. But hey, there's there's the beast cave done. And let's check diorama analysis. Okay, so whose isn't complete? I need to figure out who is not happy, because they should all be happy. So who did I miss? Also, let me throw my power-up powders in here. Here we go. Should I rebuild Naroon? Okay, so the hag is happy. Confirmed. Macho Brothers are definitely happy. Like, look how close they are. I know Laura's happy. Are you happy? Yeah, you're happy. Stone's mother happy? Do I need to turn her house? Yeah, I need to turn her house. Okay. That's what I forgot to do. It's this way? Yeah, there we go. I did it. Scene me once more. Dran, hit me with that scene. Inform me of my new way to fight with my weapon. It's not actually a super helpful thing. I just feel better having completed this 100%. It honestly doesn't matter. I will very rarely use the windmill slash. Just because I won't have enough weapon HP to make it a regular thing to use. That's honestly the reason why. Because one downside of this is that I can't just make the weapons that have higher HP stronger. You know, like I can't just take a Gladius or something like that has like 50 weapon HP and just make it strong. I have to deal with a weapon that's probably going to have relatively low weapon HP. But okay, let me actually make sure that I save. Okay, save over this file. I don't remember what it was for, so we're just gonna save over it, you know? Because that's the best way to go about things, right? If you don't remember what a file's for, just get rid of it. It's fine, probably. Probably nothing wrong. Say okay. Okay, let's just go here. Go beat up Goro real fast, and then after we beat up Goro real fast, we will continue on our merry way. We've got plenty of other stuff to be doing here. I really wish this was skippable. It is not. If you want to see, by the way, to anyone watching, if you want to see me do a full playthrough, there's one on my YouTube channel. Which is same name, Marindred. It's linked somewhere. I did it through Twitch itself rather than putting it in my about. So find the little about blurb where Twitch puts the links that you just tell it exist, if that makes sense. And you can find a link to my YouTube. Otherwise, just search Marindred. I'm the only person who uses that name, so at least to my knowledge. So I'm probably the only person who's gonna come up. I'm certainly the only person who uses that name in a public-facing kind of way. Every once in a while, I do find that name taken on games, so I'm sure there's someone else out there using it. I forgot that the analog stick can't be used for those directional inputs, and because my immediate thing is if I have to do diagonal, flick the analog stick, and I was like, right, that's not a valid thing. I do kind of wish they brought duels back for Dark Cloud 2, and it would have been a cool thing to make it like I know they're essentially QuickTime events, but they, like, as much as people make fun of QuickTime events, done well, QuickTime events do actually make you more involved in what's going on. It's just the QuickTime events, especially during the time in which they were popular everywhere, weren't really done well. There was a lot of mashing quick time events, and mashing quick time events just aren't very fun. Like in particular, like quick time events that are timing based like that are interesting. Quick time events that are mash X 1 billion times and something good'll happen just aren't ever interesting. Don't do that ever. Gosh darn it, games. Oh, games that work like that are just frustrating. Okay, there we go. We got Goro. I'm probably not going to play for all that much longer. It's getting kind of late, and I'm getting kind of tired of talking. You know, I'm recognizing that the quality of my commentary is definitely going down. You know, I'm definitely hitting the point where I'm having a harder time keeping up good commentary. Plus, I did just hit a pretty good dividing point, which is the end of Norune Village. So, yeah, I think I'll call it there. That'll be all for today. Thanks to everyone who stopped by to watch. I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping by. See you guys later.